Switching us over to live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Feast of Dice channel. I am your DM, Elijah Goodall, pronouns they, them, and welcome to City of Fortunes, the all improv campaign where the players have no idea what I'm about to do next, and neither do I, because I don't have any notes for these sessions. I'm almost like I have to piece together the recap for myself, but when we left the party last, it was your first session of undertaking um, your first official quest that the entire party agreed to as a group. You were given by the Lord of Eggs a small, deep garnet egg to take to a place outside the wall that surrounds Gavere, using a path that supposedly goes deep down through the sewers, through Shariv, the Underfire itself, the infernal realm that lies beneath the city, and then outside to a northern field just past the wall. You navigated your way through the sewers, picked up a few items from, oh my god, if I can remember the name of this, it'll be incredible. It's, God, what was her name? Bertha's bits, bobs, and tackle. It's close to that. I know it's close to that. Shortly after that, you ended up trying to track the orphans, Rupert, that stole all your gold, and found yourself at a small shack, kind of on the edge of the sewers, and engaged in a game of cards with what you thought at first were crabs and ended up being cuttlefish that attempted to not only eat Virginia, as a cuttlefish is a crab's natural predator, but also get the rest of the group while they were at it. And I think shortly before the end of that fight, we also had a track fully teleporting and disappearing. So track was not there for the end of the fight or Rupert. The return of your gold is a mysterious figure that Virginia recalls from a moment in her past. Entered the room, returning your bag of gold. The large, I think we'll kind of start the session here, and I'll re-describe again for you. A large figure enters the room, tall. Taller, maybe not as tall as Track, but certainly taller than anyone else currently present in the room, wearing a long black leather duster, a vest underneath, a flat-brimmed black hat, and long gray-blue tentacles emanating from a face with two small red eyes, as an illithid figure enters into the room, and Rupert throws your bag of gold onto the table.
Name's Marl. Marlborough. I found this outside on a couple of kids. Figured maybe it belongs to one of you.
Aye, it belongs to me.
Well,
What the fuck are you, man? What? Are y'all seen this shit?
Why does everyone have tentacles? What's with this?
what's the matter? None of you seen a illithid before?
I remember
not
this illicid. I remember his scent, his stench. The smoke wafting from his tentacles. I remember it all. Do you remember? And Virginia calls to this figure and said, "Do you remember me?"
Ooh, make me a little persuasion check to see how memorable of a hook rib you were. This is in Virginia's past. You were the equivalent of, I think, like a teenager when you met. So about 17 years ago, probably, or so.
She got a 5.
Wallflower.
Can't say as I recall, darling, but I met a lot of people in my life. What'd you say your name was?
That is okay. I'm used to being snubbed. My name is Virginia Sliam, and I know who you are very well. You may not remember me, but it is you who I remember.
Well, Virginia, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance again, and I apologize for our last meeting having slipped my mind. Tell me, the three of you.
And as he goes to say this, you hear a like pounding footsteps from outside through the like 2 inches of water that are kind of flowing around this cabin down here in the sewers. As Track, the ancestral curse showed up. You were teleported in this particular case, probably just a few minutes away from the cabin, where you're able to make your back pretty quickly as you come slamming in the door to see this Marlborough standing here, addressing the rest of the group.
Oh, shit. Oh, you're a big fella.
Holy shit. That was not expected.
Well, I didn't have that effect on a lot of people.
Who's
Fuck,
this
I
guy?
nearly died. You
Died?
teleported away at the most inopportune time. I nearly was eaten. Fuck. I needed your strong shoulders and
Well,
your
that's
bulging
kind of how
muscles.
the curse works. It happens at inappropriate times.
Well, ce n'est pas magnifique. I do not like this curse, and I think you should get rid of it immediately.
Well, I'm on it. You know, that's kind of my whole mission at this point.
All right, well, just know that I was very, I missed you so much, Track. And then a little tear falls from Virginia's eye as she relives the trauma of almost being eaten.
Marlborough looks over at you and sees that little tear, kind of like takes a little cigarette case out, gives it a couple
Aw.
taps, and hands you one.
Oh my God, she takes it with her mage hand with the lighter, and just lights it, and immediately lights it, and then puts it in her mandibles. And
That's a
begins
neat little
to.
trick you got there, little lady. I don't suppose you
Well,
mind lighting one for me as well.
I absolutement I will, and she does so.
Dirk looks around and he's like realizes his ankles are just soaking wet in this like rundown building. He's like, well, it was nice to meet you, Mr. Tentacle Man, but he looks at the
Please
party and
call-
like,
call
I
me
think we should
Marl.
all. Oh yeah, Mr. Marl. I think we should get the fuck out of here, y'all. I think we got some land to
We have
cover.
some eggs to hatch, yes, or something.
Marl's gonna look at all of you. It looks. I think the bodies of the cuttlefish are still there on the floor, right? You see, Marl kind of gives you all a nod and takes out an kind of this big old knife next from this little sheath in his hip, and kind of goes in and just starts like just goes in with the knife and starts cut. It looks to be like he's cutting out something behind the beak, kind of. And you hear the flesh cutting, and he's kind of just. I mean, you can leave him there to his business if you're all trying to get out of there.
All right, dude, have fun mutilating corpses, and then Dirk walks out.
Virginia's gonna follow Dirk, and then she's gonna pat Marl on the butt with her mage hand as she's walking past.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Come on, girl. Oh, what is that? Oh, nat 20
Uh,
on the butt tap.
On that butt.
T-
Yeah.
20 on the butt tap.
that happens. Um, that happens, and you kind of doesn't. Marl doesn't react to it immediately, but Virginia, as you are like, just that, like you're just kind of heading out the door, and he stands up real quick and turns around.
Yeah. Hold on there a minute.
Takes the case, taps again, takes another one.
Why don't you take a couple for the road, little lady?
And he's just kind of flicks his wrist, and two just come sailing through the air straight for you.
Ooh. Well, Virginia will intercept them with her mage hand and file them away in her case, and she'll give a little wink.
Hey, can I have one of those?
That you're not old enough to smoke. I'm so sorry.
What? I'm 16. And
Your
I'm
lungs.
I wish you hadn't said that out loud, or I'd have had no problems. But now I feel like I have a moral obligation to make sure hey, I gave her 2, so what I don't see won't hurt me.
The other
This is
one's
right.
for me, and I'm gonna ask Virginia for it.
Of course, Mikana, you need to let loose, girlfriend. And she passes. She passes a cigarette with her mage hand over.
Yeah,
to...
you pass whatever. Virginia.
Track leaves because he's pissed off that nobody lets him do anything.
Maybe if you wouldn't teleport randomly with your ancestral curse, we would be more well equipped.
Dirk is gonna walk up to Tractor, and he's gonna be like, "Hey, bud, missed you. But I know we chatted at my house like a night back about like band stuff, and I bought this cool new loot." And he shows like the double necked loot that he got, and he's like, "So I was wondering if you wanted my old loot to practice on."
Sweet. That'd be cool, man. Like, yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say.
Dirk's gonna give his old loot to Tractor. He's like, "Yeah, man, like we can do like lessons or something. I don't know. You might know how to play. I don't know, but
No, I never
Yeah,
was
we could-
allowed to, but yeah. Cool.
shit, man.
Dirk,
shit.
just give me a flat D20 roll real quick. It's basically a luck check.
14.
Okay, cool. On a 14, I mean, go ahead, track and put down old loot in your inventory. Old loot has all its strings. It's a little dusty, but Dirk kept like a good, like a little wad of moss in there as kind of a humidifier, so it's not cracked. It's kept its shape mostly.
There's no cracks.
There's nail marks. There, yeah, man.
Crack.
I mean,
I love crack.
What,
Is there
what?
crack in
What-
the loot? Can Virginia go in?
No,
try
you're
and
thinking.
go into the loot, the old loot.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
That was more Robin's thing, but you can look, I guess.
11.
11. There's nothing. You see that little sprig of moss still hanging out in the loot? Keeps
No
it nice and
crack.
fresh. No crack. Virginia, also, while you're doing this, give me an Arcana check real quick.
5. Ugh.
Okay. On a 5, give me a D100 roll.
Oh, okay. Gotta bust out the dice. Oh, I'm feeling something very strange right now. Almost 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
On a 15, you didn't get high enough on your Arcana. Like you do feel something strange happening. You didn't get high enough, Virginia, for me to tell you why this is happening right now. But I will tell you that you said there was a 15, right, on the D100?
Yeah. Yeah.
For the next hour, You are unable to lie or withhold information when asked.
Okay. Okay.
And you are all headed to. I mean, I believe you're all headed to try and get into Sharif, right? The end of you know where the club entrance is. Again, Sharif, the Underfire, is the infernal realm beneath the city of Gavere. It is sort of the entrance to this place is just an enormous nightclub where the entrances to Sharif are located kind of at the back of this nightclub. But to get there, you go to the edge of the sewer district, and you essentially have to get into the nightclub. Is that where you're all headed?
Yeah, that's where.
Yeah,
That's
Okay.
where it's
Cool.
heading.
absolument.
Okay.
Wait, are we going to a nightclub?
Yeah, dude.
Mac, you'll
but
be fine. You
don't
look
worry-
hot enough. You look hot enough to be
Don't
in.
worry, we got you. We got you.
Oh, you guys will actually let me go in?
Yes, you just
Well, we-
cannot
we
smoke
have to
in
go.
there. You just cannot smoke.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll just whatever's
Well,
convenient for the group.
We'll let you roll around with
Yeah,
tentacles,
kind of, man.
okay?
Yeah.
I mean, group harmony is, how do you say, the most important thing. So, yes, in effect,
Can I have a
Everything
pup?
we do out of love.
out of love. We love you so much. We're like your parents. Oh,
No, because I actually like you guys.
oh, that is so sweet. He's this sweet boy. Yeah.
Can I have a puff of the cigarette at least? Just one.
Oh, you
Yeah,
know what
but
I-
while no one's looking, I'm cool with it.
Yes.
All right.
It'll help you sell the maturité that
Yeah.
you need to enter a nightclub.
No one's gonna question a half orc like me smoking, so I think he'll help. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't question it at all until you told me your age. I thought you were like I thought you were older than me. I'm only 22, so like I thought you were like 25.
All right. So in the future,
in
I'll
like
just lie.
in like the best way possible. Like, you know, like you look like the peak of what a 25-year-old should look like.
I appreciate it. I guess next time I'll just lie. That's what you're telling me here now.
Yeah.
It is very easy to lie. I do it all the time.
All right. Tell me. Show me how you lie.
Well, for example, right now I want to say that Derek, I think that you're playing. This feels a little uninspired. Oh, and Virginia, like, she's like, "What? That is not what I meant to say. Oh my God, what is happening?" Dirk,
I know you're using an example, but it really hurt my feelings. You're really good at that.
Dirk, is not every performance that you put on that I have been feeling very strongly towards. You know, sometimes I get a little bored. Oh, and
Oh
she's
my God.
like, "What is happening? This is not what I'm trying to say, my God." And then
What are you trying to say?
I don't know. I'm trying to tell you how lying is very easy, but for some reason, it is not possible. I don't know what for me right now.
I feel like you're gaslighting me, and I don't think that's cool. But like, I don't know. Anyways, let's just get to this club. Like, we'll
we'll figure it out.
Hold on.
Yes,
Hold on. How else do you feel about the rest of us?
I don't know. If,
Virginia, how do you feel about me? I mean, back there you shedded a tear for me saying that you missed me, but like, is that real?
Well, Trak, the times that I spent on your shoulder was very special. But to tell you the truth, I think that you have some maturing to do, like a fine wine from Lyon.
Oh, that's not so bad. Like, we all know that.
So yeah, that is for you, Trak. This is
But-
not much more scandalous than that. Now.
By the way, Dirk, I like your playing, and you shouldn't really listen to a French crab about what kind of music they like.
Oh, what? I already forgot about it, dude. Like, it's all good.
Good. I'm sure it's just like bubble music or Little Mermaid.
Is this in the Suez? We have a little different musical taste. What can I say? It's a little above ground, as they say.
Or it's garbage. Get it? Because they live in a sewer, dude.
Wow, coming from my homeland. Is that
All right, it's getting
okay?
a little heated, guys. I don't think we need to bring race into this.
If I wanted to
All right,
get
where's
heated,
this-
I will
where's
show
this
you how to
fucking
get
club?
heated.
Where's this club, y'all?
You are
We can
talking
let
to
off
the
some
Queen
steam.
of Eat. The Queen of Eat.
You can all give me a survival check to try and find this thing.
Survival.
Rupert, you're certainly doing this check with advantage.
I rolled a 4.
Oh, Virginia got 20.
17.
I'd like a dirty 20 or another nat 20.
Sorry, nat 20.
I got 16.
12.
She's either getting 5s or 20s tonight.
16.
Virginia, the air is warmer, and it's not some like pile of refuse drifting methane out into the street. You feel it. You start following the temperature, and I mean, you've kind of been doing it this whole time. You realize without truly thinking about it. I think within, about, we'll say like 45 minutes of leaving you've kind of been having this conversation. You've all been trying to find that about 45 minutes, you kind of like come to the edge of the sewer district and you see against the far wall, sort of emblazoned with these glowing neon orange runes that if anyone can read, I don't know if anyone does read Infernal, but if you do, it does say Shariv over the doorway to this club. There are enormous cast, like these just huge bronze double doors that are shut, but even through like the little seams that you can see between where the two doors shut and the bottom, you can see this orange glow too from what is most likely an inferno on the other side of these doors, and a pretty sizable line. It's probably about, anywhere from like 30 to 35, about 36 people or so here lined up waiting to get into the underfire.
Dirk immediately looks at the group and goes, "All right, I'm gonna teach you an old trick, y'all. Just follow me." And he's gonna walk all the way up to the front to where the like bouncer is.
Well, you see an enormous purple-skinned demon, probably almost 9 feet tall, just absolutely, it's just stupid jacked. Huge shoulders, rippling pecs, is just kind of wearing a smart, kind of like this smart white suit, and sort of has these ivory white that match the suit, these ivory white bull horns coming out of his, their forehead, and they're just sort of like...
I'm gonna lean back to Tractor and be like, "Why does this guy's jacked? Why does he remind me of my dad, kind of?" And then he's gonna gonna look at the out of his disguise kit, he's just gonna pull sunglasses, like weird fantasy like sunglasses, and put them on.
Great.
And like
Track
nondescript like pass badge thing. Like if you looked at it, it's gibberish. And he's gonna go, "Hey bro, sorry we're late. We're the band tonight. Is there a place to load in for equipment, or like do I need to go talk to someone to check in? Like first time playing here, so."
Give me a deception check.
Virginia's gonna be like, all the gigs are like this, aren't they? They never know where to tell us to go. She's gonna try to like...
You said deception?
Yeah.
23.
Okay. The tour man looks you up and down. funny. I didn't know we had live music tonight. I've got. What do I
Don't
have?
tell me the booking manager mixed our dates up. Ugh.
Yo, man, I can't believe you're
God,
doing
the
this again.
booking.
Like,
They always
this
do
is the
this
third
to
time.
us.
We need to get a new manager. Ugh.
We need a new booking.
This is
Oh wait, Virginia
bullshit.
can't lie right now. Oop.
Hold on just a sec. And you see, just they pull out like a smooth kind of oblong stone in their palm and hold it up to their ear. Yeah. No, yeah. Will you just let Ameloth know we've got, it sounds like we had a mix up on the books. We've got the band that I guess maybe somebody double booked is supposed to be playing tonight.
Is this guy talking to a rock?
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking to a rock. What do you talk to?
I talked to my.
sorry, he's-
I talked to my
Is it-
sickle.
He's like the
What's
newest
that?
member. Sorry.
Okay.
He has something to prove.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let him know. Look, everyone, I'd love to help you out. Love to let you in. Unfortunately, until Ameloth can get someone down here to verify that I can't just let you cut the line. You're welcome to
Maybe
wait.
we
We
can
kind
just,
of have
like,
we have a
wait
one
at
in,
the-
one out
wait
policy.
at the bar or something.
Oh,
like,
God, no,
like
I'd
we'll wait
love to.
and like we're not like you can trust me and
give me a
Dirk is gonna
persuasion
cast
check, please.
friends.
Okay, yeah, give me.
friend, yeah. Like, come on, man. Like we're good for it. Perception or persuasion,
Persuasion, yeah.
and with
That'll
friends I
be
get
high.
advantage, right?
Yes.
Natural 20 with advantage.
Okay. On a natural 20, the doorman looks at you. You see, you're casting friends, or as you cast that, you see kind of like emblazoned, it's almost like on the vest underneath the suit jacket, you see there's this little, like, what looks to be like almost like silk trim on the vest. You see as you cast it, this little like orange infernal rune just kind of like lights up for a moment, and you see a similar light in their eye as they look at you. Okay, I see. All right, mischief. No, mischief. I like it. Okay. You know what? That's great, actually. Why not? 5 more in. I'm gonna need to check the condition of all your souls. Make sure that they're, we can't have anyone going into Sharif with a clean soul. So if you just want to line up, I just only take a second, and you see he pulls out this little, like, just this sort of little, like, what almost looks to be like a rectangle or like a tablet of glass as he pulls it out. And anyone who wants to go first?
You're not getting anywhere near my hole with that glass tablet.
Oh no,
my
sorry,
God.
not whole.
They said
soul.
soul.
No, I don't need to look in
Soul
again. Yeah,
trap.
no.
Virginia will go
Yeah.
first. Virginia will go
Dirk
first.
is gonna
She-
lean over to Rupert and McConna and Tractor and be like, "I'm pretty sure I'm like pure of heart. Is there anything I can do to muddy my soul real quick?" He's like whispering this.
As you're asking this, Virginia, you go up to the doorman. He takes out the glass, takes one look. Oh, Jesus Christ! Yep. You're good. Go on, get in there.
Thank you. It's like ordering first at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I already know.
No,
already
absolutely.
know.
The door opens, and I think for the first time, all of you just hear. I mean, there's a lot of people in here. Like, there's a lot of like chatting, loud conversation. There's what sounds to just almost like club music, like thumping in the background. And you hear just kind of the occasional blood curdling scream and the sound of endless flame. Here in But yeah, Virginia. I mean, you don't have to go in without everyone. You can kind of wait behind the bouncer too. But you are definitely like he, undoes the little rope there, and you're able to walk past towards the doors.
Virginia scuttles in,
Perfect.
Track
but waits.
goes up next.
Okay,
He's like,
go.
I can't wait to slaughter some people with my mad loot skills.
takes the thing. Okay. Before I do this, actually, you tell me, has Track ever killed anyone before in combat? I mean, you weren't there when the cuttlefish happened. You weren't the one that killed someone on the bridge with the archers.
No,
Yeah.
he has not.
What is it that would weigh on Track's conscience the heaviest?
I think the family curse would get him through. It would be something that's kind of like passed down to him.
Yeah. You Demon pulls out the glass. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah. I mean, oof. Yeah. Sins of the fathers, am I right? Jeez. Ooh,
Tell me,
wow.
tell me
Gods.
about it.
Okay, well, yeah, it'll do. Go on, get in there.
I'm gonna line up next.
Yana pulls up the glass, goes to look at you. Oh, okay. Well, accidental death, but death all the same. All right.
I murdered people at the in my past. I murdered like a bunch of goblins. So
Yeah, but I mean,
Goblins aren't really people, though, are they?
It's
I feel like we're like bordering.
Whoa, man!
I
I'm
can
a
tell. I
hobgoblin.
can tell you're
What
gonna
the
get right in here. You're
fuck?
gonna
I
get
didn't say.
right
I didn't
in
say.
here.
I didn't say hobgoblins. I said goblins. You're one.
They're
You're
like a relative of us, man. You
You're
can't
one
just
of-
say that.
you're one of the good ones.
Makana, give me an insight
Oh.
check
What
real
the
quick.
fuck?
Wow.
What check am I giving you?
Give me an insight check.
Oh yay, 19.
On a 19. There was something like he looked at. You get a feel like when the lens is looking at you. I think all of you. There's whether you register as an uncomfortable feeling or not. It is almost like you feel like you're standing there without clothes on. Like this person is looking right through you. But kind of the way that this demon says accidental death. You're having a hard time putting your finger on what that would be. You can't place it. And he doesn't say anything else about it. Just opens up the rope to let you through.
Well, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, and then I'm just gonna walk in and kind of stand there.
Oh, you walk past the rope. Rupert, he doesn't even hold the glass to you. Yeah, no, yeah, get in there.
Yeah, that's about what I thought.
Dirk,
Yeah.
you are last.
Dirk steps up he's like flashbacks of like he's like played in the park for free and done birthday parties for little goblins and like just he's a good dude, like he really is. He's a really nice, genuine person. There's the occasional bouts of like deception and things like that, but it's always for like a good good cause. So he's just like,
Oh. Oh, God. Really? So he taps it on his... No, it's working. Okay. Listen. This is not the first time that this happened. I can't let you in here with your soul in that kind of a condition. I mean,
Oh no, it's too broken.
No, we've got a reputation to uphold. The the purity of your soul is so intact that it. I mean, they're gonna fucking eat. They're gonna eat you alive and their kid. It's you know.
What if I told you like one time I stole something once?
Yeah. No. Hey. I got the
I
class.
gave
can
it.
see
I gave it to
yeah.
a poor person, but I stole something once.
Yeah, I mean, at every point where something that you did might have had a chance of being not a great thing, you went and turned it around and made it something better like that. I'm not saying, because Dirk, you did get a natural 20 in your persuasion. Leans in closer. I'm not saying you don't have options. I'm just saying you have to be willing to get your hands dirty a little bit. And you see,
Yeah, bro. Whatever.
he's
Whatever.
sort of-
Whoever needs help, I got it.
he's
I'm here to
gesturing.
help out.
He's nodding
man.
his head over to the. Yeah, just what you know. Why don't you go talk to go talk to my friend Borsch? And you see there's sort of this dark alley over to the right. Just talk to my friend Borsch real quick.
All right, guys. I'll meet you, and I'm gonna go help this guy's best friend real quick, and it's gonna be a good time. But I'll see you in there. And he's gonna go walk down the dark alleyway to go chat with this guy.
It's as everyone letting Dirk head down the dark alleyway by himself,
God.
and then heading into.
They're going to make him kill someone.
I'm gonna talk to the bouncer. I'm gonna be like, listen, man, we all have to have just like the one nice guy to get us the gigs upstairs. You know?
I know.
Rupert's gonna go walk
Not at this stage.
with Dirk.
Yeah. No, I mean you're all welcome. You're already in. It's you got it. Just
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'll tell you right now. Your friend could use all the dirty you can get. So you just kind of want to.
Yeah, take
Rub
this
some
for
of that off on him.
afterward. And Virginia's gonna pass one of her cigarettes over so he can take with for afterward. If he is too
Great.
traumatized, he needs a little break.
I'm gonna call
You
him.
got
and be like,
this, Dirk.
hey man,
Crazy.
remember how Virginia likes what likes doing after a kill? Do that shit. Just come back like that.
That's all you need to do.
Hookers.
Dirk like hears the like thing and thinks and just pictures Virginia rolling in that cart and just blood, and he's like oh, okay.
All right, so Rupert, you are going with Dirk. The rest of you are heading into Shariv. I'm gonna have like all three of you that are heading into the Underfire, into the club here. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you walk in.
8.
Dirty 20.
Track.
Just a perception check if you're headed into Shariv.
Eesh. That is a 9.
Okay, Virginia and Track. Track, you've never been down here before. Virginia, you've looked at the entrance to the Underfire from the outside. Inside is a completely different story. Most of the things in here are on fire, including a lot of the patrons actively on fire. Some of them appear like there are a whole host of demons and devils down here. Kind of the dress code, it seems to be, runs anywhere from like there are some that are very smartly dressed like the doormen, and it goes all the way from that down to there like demons and devils here that literally are just wearing like a chain that goes from a collar on their neck down to their ankles. On top of that, you see, probably I'm gonna say like 10% of the patrons in here are people from Gabera. You see, there's a couple halflings over in the corner, kind of like looking around and talking to each other earnestly. You see a tall elf over by the bar who seems to just be like has a stack going of chalices sort of that they've made next to them of drinks that they finished. You see a couple half orcs. Virginia, you even kind of catch sight of a little Horkreb who looks like maybe there's some kind of a server, like sort of scuttling around with a little like tray of shots balanced precariously on their shell. But again, most of the people in here are like, there's a lot of people that are actively on fire. Some of them appear to be absolutely nonplussed about it, just completely ignoring it, going about their business conversations. There are people lounging on couches. There's some people out on the dance floor too, but for the most part, people are just kind of like sitting in here and vibing. There are some people that are actively on fire who are not enjoying it as much, and you see them like clawing at their skin, trying to get the flames off, and just sort of like screaming by themselves over in different corners, largely being ignored by most of the other patrons and staff. You see the moment that you walk in, though, even on that 8 and 9, you see that there is just this almost iridescent blue shimmer that just as you sort of walk through the doors here coats your skin, and none of you have to actively worry about being caught on fire. There's just sort of this heat shield that covers your bodies. Makana, on a dirty 20, and you see the bar in here, you see the dance floor, you see a lot of different lounges, what look to be almost like champagne booths here in the club. Makana, on a, I'll let you tell me what are you looking for?
I'm looking to see if there's anyone that is from Nisset. First and foremost.
Ooh.
I'm looking for like any other like elves that could possibly be a threat to me, or just like maybe someone I could get information out of.
Tall elf at the bar. Long silver hair, silver garb, kind of this like high collared standing shirt that almost has what look like these little shoulder pads that almost go a little bit past the shoulder. Long, flowy, breezy, kind of silvery tunic that they've got on leaves their like both sides of their legs they're kind of split, so it leaves those open. And they're the ones stacking chalices. This looks to you to be... Ooh, give me a history check.
$23.
Okay, let's go. On a 23, you take a second, you recognize the elf. This particular elf, I guess these kind of count as notes because they're like general stuff about the city, and I have to look up this name. Current sovereign of Nisset that you have, they play a part in your history, but Varun Yave, the current sovereign of Nisset, you recognize this person that is sitting at the bar because they are one of the advisors to Varun Yave. You've seen them like basically falling around in the like what would the word be? Not the cabal, but the like the retinue of Varun. Basically, you don't know their name, but you do recognize them as one of the elves in his and a moon elf at that. Thanks to like this, the silver coloring, and yeah, this is an advisor to Varun Yave. You don't know if that means that they're a threat to you or not. It is very rare for like someone of that to leave, and especially to be down here in the underfire. So already that's kind of very unusual. But that's what you see.
Hi.
In here, are you trying to navigate through the club as quickly as possible and find the actual entrance in the club? to the Underfire? Are you hanging out to get drinks? You tell me what the three of you are trying to get up to in here.
I mean, knowing my character, I'm immediately going to the bar.
Great.
Drac is trying really hard to keep his cool, but on the inside, he's definitely feeling like he's in over his head. Like this is nightmare fuel for him, and he's trying not to let on that it's like maybe too much for him. So he's gonna do what everyone else is doing.
Cool.
Oh. Virginia's gonna crawl on Trac's shoulder and try and give him some words of confidence, and inspire him.
Obviously, I didn't get to do a good job of hiding my feelings.
Trac, it is okay. We will just wait for Hubert and Dirk, and then we will go. Mekana will do what she needs to do. She needs to get drunk, and that's okay. And we will have a good time, and then we will make it through this hellfire. Listen, you don't have to worry. I am the god. I am a literal goddess, queen of fire. So down here we are very safe. We will not get burned. You are in good claw. And
I think I need a drink.
all right, let us join Mikana, and then hopefully Dirk and Hubert will be back.
Oh,
We're all gonna go to the bar.
great. You go to the bar. Just an enormous another demon here, but you can see like they're just sort of wearing like those kind of like high-waisted harem pants that are like baggy and cuff like sort of midway down the calf, bare torso, about as big as the doorman, but just like this like sheer, almost like obsidian, shiny black skin, pretty built, has a set of like multiple little kind of like horns emerging that sort of like go from small to larger as they go back on the scalp. Looks down at all of you.
Oh, hey, how's it going? What can I get you?
Well, hello, tall, dark, and handsome. I would like something strong.
Something strong. Look no further. I got you strong. I got you strong right here.
I can tell. I can tell.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, something strong. Okay. What's your preference? You like a spirit? You like a wine? What are you looking for?
Give me a dark wine and then a pretty strong spirit for my friend back here. I'm gonna point at Track.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like whisper him, and I'm gonna be like, "Drinking's fine, but you just can't smoke. That's the only thing, okay?"
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
Hey, you can do whatever you want. You're in there under fire, so. Who's gonna get you in trouble? Me? No.
Takes this large stone bottle. Makana takes a similar chalice to that elf kind of at the other end of the bar, sets the chalice down, pours out. As he pours, it is the deepest, almost black, the color of it. It's kind of similar to that egg that you're all carrying. As he pours it, you can just see sort of as initially as it hits, like smoke starts to come up from the glass, fills it up about a third of the way, corks it off, puts it down, puts it across to you, and then goes to kind of like takes what looks to be like a small gray egg and there's just he's mixing a few things into this shaker for you, Track. Cracks a little egg into it. There's this little teeny tiny imp that just like falls like screaming with glee into the thing. He starts shaking it around.
Oh my god.
Pours that out. As he pours it out, it's just kind of this neon orange that goes up to the top, and there's about a half inch of foam that you can definitely see. There's like a couple small bones just sort of floating in the foam, and slides it across to you.
Yeah, let me know. What about your Horcrux for anything? Can I get you anything?
My God, that was mortifying, and I got in here, and I got in here, no problem. You know what, Virginia? We just like some hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa.
Hey,
Sociopath.
it's one of my specialties.
Um, you see takes a very tenderly, Virginia takes a little saucepan, turns around, there's like a just not a burner, but there's just like a full of like a little demon back here with its mouth open, and there's just flame coming out of it. And he sets the little saucepan like in the demon's mouth, puts what looks to be like half a bar of really nice stone ground chocolate in there, pours a little bit of
Yes.
just gently starts stirring it.
They
The
know how to
real-
do it
Real
here.
secret is you gotta keep it stirring the whole time, otherwise the chocolate will go to the bottom and will start to scald, and you lose all the complexity of the flavor. And
You are a craftsman.
whipped cream or marshmallows?
Let me think. That is a very good question. Marshmallow.
Oh, okay, marshmallow it is.
Pulls out little.
As long as it is not a marshmallow demon that will be being killed.
Oh, you want regular marshmallows? Okay.
Yes,
puts,
my
screws
God.
the lid back on a thing, puts it back onto the shelf, pulls out a couple.
When
regular marshmallows.
when Virginia kills, it is for the pleasure, not for the stomach.
Oh, hey, I hear you. I hear you.
Slides the mug across. Virginia, it already smells like maybe the best hot cocoa you've ever had.
Oh my
Um,
God.
McKenna, give me one more perception check real quick.
$14.
On a 14, as you're starting to sip your wine, you kind of like side eye down the bar. You see that the elf is looking at you, and as you sort of like start to glance in their direction, they hurriedly look back down and just kind of like start muttering to themselves under their breath, and they slam another one of their chalices and stack it on the thing. You can give me an insight check if you want.
19.
They recognize you. They don't recognize you like, oh, here's an Eladrin down here in the Underfire too. They recognize you, Makana.
I'm gonna go over to them.
As you approach, you see them. They're just trying to like crawl more and more into their chalice, which you can hear from the way that they're sipping on it is pretty much almost all the way empty.
Well, what's someone like you doing in a place like this? I know you know who I am. And I know you know who you are. And we both know that we both shouldn't be here.
Oh, yes. Well, it's a funny story. You see, I was fired today, and well, I'm not allowed back in Niset. I'm sure you know the feeling.
I do. Seems like you're still mourning it instead of enjoying it.
Excuse me. Yes, well, it's just to have fallen so far in such a short amount of time.
Well, what'd you get fired for before you completely lose consciousness?
I might have perhaps let something slip. You know, sovereign secrets and all that.
Doesn't seem like they're worth protecting at this point, and anyways. It seems like you're of no use to anyone, which is why you're down here in hell with me.
Makana, give me a persuasion check.
12.
Hi, Raiders.
On a 12, the elf looks over at you. I'm gonna let you do it with advantage so go ahead and roll one more time. He's pretty far into his cups at this point.
Hey, Knights of
No.
Silver Moon.
poor.
Thanks for raiding.
Thanks for the raid. Was it even worse? Did you say?
Yeah, it was way
okay.
worse.
Okay. So we'll take the 12. Taking your hand, the elf, in a moment of that I think is like perhaps trumped by the fact that they are already very tossed, looks at you, large, sad eyes. I'm sorry they killed your family.
How sorry? Enough to let me know what's going on up there or why?
You see his eyes not disguising it. He's too drunk to disguise it. They look down and they fall. McConnor, are you still carrying like the wine in your bag? They fall on the vintage label, your family crest on the wine. You see they go a little wide. You don't know what that is, do you?
Do you?
Sovereign secrets and all that. I think it would be best for you, my dear, if you tuck that away somewhere safe. McKinnon, give me one more perception check.
22.
22. He leans close. You hear him say this. You look around, like Track and Virginia still over there enjoying their drinks. They're just past them. Two similar, like that same purple coloring as the doorman outside, but two large demons are like looking directly at you, and they are both walking, kind of like making their way through the club towards you. We are going to cut back to outside in the alleyway. Dirk, you are walking down the alleyway. Kind of a dead-end alleyway here. You see at the far end there is just what looks to be like a large cave, just full of like kind of like all these like, yes, like they're infernal beasts is what they look like, but there's a lot of small ones. There's a lot of like they kind of look like there's something that looks like a very large locust. There's just like a bunch of like creatures in this cage basically, and they're all kind of like chattering. Some of them are actually speaking to each other in what might be infernal. What languages does Dirk speak?
Dirk speaks Common and Goblin.
Okay, cool. So you don't recognize, they're not speaking any languages that you know, but you can tell these are all sort of little sentient creatures. Next to them, there is what just looks to be a little red demon, sort of really bent over and kind of does have like sort of that long, like wide goblin face and like little kind of haphazard ears, but it's definitely infernal nature. Maybe it has a little goblin in him. Who knows? Sort of wearing a cloak and these large Coke bottle glasses. Perks up as you come close.
Are you the door guy's best friend or buddy? Like, I was sent down this way because my soul's like too clean or whatever.
Okay, we got one. Bush, don't ruin the seal. Bush, don't ruin the seal. Don't ruin it.
Hello and welcome to the Dirty Hands. It looks like you're trying to get into the Underfire and find your soul a little too pure to get past the door.
Yeah, I'm a really nice person, so it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, this is my favorite part. Okay. How if you don't mind my asking, how much on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like, maybe like tax evasion level or something. I don't know. Like,
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, for you, we charge. It's 1 gold piece for 1, or 7 gold pieces for a dozen.
what am I buying?
Give me an insight check, and Rupert, you can give me an investigation check since you are there too, looking in on this.
12.
16.
Okay. On a 12, Rupert, you've never needed, when you were entering the Underfire, to approach this that you've never seen. You have, however, occasionally seen a couple people go down this alleyway and return just sort of sobbing, and they've been able to enter the Underfire afterwards. Dirk, yours was a 16 on insight?
Yes.
Okay. With the 16 on insight, you're looking at this demon. You're looking at this cage of like these, some of them pretty cute, like these little infernal creatures. On a 16, I think your insight check is enough to put it together. It is 1 for one of these creatures, or 7 for a dozen, because you are meant to buy them and then leave the alleyway without the creature.
I don't like that. Is there like, can I just like lie on a ballot or something like that? Like, this seems pretty heavy.
Not if you want to get into the Underfire.
Dirk's gonna look at Rupert and be like, "What, bro? I don't want to." He puts his whole mouth in Rupert's giant rabbit ear. I don't want to do this, dude. This is too much.
I have a suggestion, an alternative.
Yeah. What is it?
You're gonna help me beat this man within an inch of his life for being a piece of shit.
But like, isn't that like a good thing? I feel like that's a good thing to do. Fuck it, I'm down. I'm down, man. I'm down.
All right. Can we try and like surprise attack him?
Yeah, both of you
For
go ahead and,
not non-lethal damage, but we
yeah, both of you go ahead and give me attack rolls.
Dirty 20 on my attack.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I go over, get over, you old fucking man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna teach you a lesson.
Oh no, please. Okay, Dirk, what does your attack look like? What are you doing on that? The both are definitely a hit.
Since it's non-lethal, like he just has his rapier out and it's like the buckle of the rapier and he just like punches him in the face trying to smash his glasses.
Immediately, just, oh, my glasses! You see they fall on the ground and he gets down on all fours and begins looking for the glasses. Rupert, what are you
can I try
doing?
and grab them really quick?
Yeah, for sure. You can grab the glass. Make me a sleight of hand check. We'll call this your bonus action.
Yeah. That's a natural 20 for grabbing glasses.
You swipe the glasses. Do you want to replace them with anything?
I'm gonna take the sunglasses that I'm wearing off and throw them on his face, and then I'm gonna put his glasses on.
He picks them. Rupert, what does your attack look like? It's also
Rupert's gonna give him a wedgie.
as you are actively giving him a wedge. I mean, both of you. So Dirk, you go ahead and roll damage. You're rolling a non-lethal, and it's an unarmed attack, Rupert. So go ahead and God, you don't have the brawler feat or anything, right? So I think it's just 1 plus. It can be a finesse weapon, so it's 1. In this particular case, I'm going to say, since it's an unarmed attack that is specifically meant to shame, you're going to add your charisma modifier to this one.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
It's a 3 damage.
Okay, so eight damage coming in hot to this little demon. As Dirk, they put on your sunglasses. This can't be right. This is so much worse. You are holding this demon now, Rupert, by it's not great. They're pretty greasy. You think that this demon has not changed their clothes probably in over a decade.
Dirk is gonna start unlocking the cages, and he's gonna be like, "Y'all are free. You're free. Go live your life. Start a family. Move into an apartment with all your friends."
Give me an animal handling check.
Rupert's gonna throw him in the cage.
$18.
Okay. On an 18. On an 18, yeah, you let it out. Like the last one to leave is just sort of this like little tiny like dark red. It looks to sort of like be a guinea, all these different kind of large insects and things like that are like skittering out across the alleyway. This little dark red guinea pig just kind of like waddles out towards the end and looks up at you with these bright shining eyes and opens its mouth for a second, and you see its tongue just has a tiny little face on it, and the face is just like the tongue is screaming on the face as it looks up at you, and then it shuts its mouth and continues to waddle on down the alleyway. Rupert, go ahead and make me a contested athletics to like grapple and throw this little. That's a
19.
Yeah, you definitely beat an 8. You toss this demon inside the cage, and they look back out at you like ears like kind of hanging through the cage as they, with their sunglasses on, like put their head up against the bars of the cage. This isn't gonna get you into the under fire. You have to punish me more.
All right, he seems to be weirdly into this.
Yeah, it's really uncomfortable.
He's a little bit bricked up.
Likes it. Boris likes it.
I say we kill him.
I don't know, man. I don't think a fetish is worth getting. You want to die. You want to be murdered. And if I murder you, I can get into the club. That's ambiguous for sorry, you're really creeping me out. That's ambiguous enough for me, and he's gonna try and stab him in the face with his rapier.
I was kidding.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
I'm not shit. It's a natural 20.
Yeah. Tell me what this looks like.
It just goes, it breaks the sunglasses in half and just goes directly through his skull.
Dirk, you skewer this little red demon. You see just an absolute look of ecstasy on their face as you.
Wait, you
Take
were
him out.
joking, dude?
They're dead.
What the fuck?
I did not think you would actually do it.
I feel gross. I feel forever changed. And Dirk is gonna start leaving the alley, and if Rupert's listening, you just kind of hear like a soft sob.
Also, about those comments I made earlier about goblins not being people, I was only trying to goad you into hitting me so you could get into the club. Goblins are
Yeah, like-
definitely people.
Yeah, like I'm gonna hit like my best fucking friend, dude. Whatever, man.
I'm your best friend.
You're like my only friend, dude.
No, that's not true. Everybody in the
It
group
was
is very fond
was
of you.
Robin, and Robin fucking is a thief and fucking stole my shit, and you've always treated me good. You've always you haven't steered me wrong yet, man.
We need to find a way to get you into the club.
Track isn't there, but he felt that where he was.
Okay. Dirk and Rupert, you head back to the front door. Bouncer looks down at you. Oh, hey, no, don't cry. You're good. You're good.
I feel kind of powerful, but I feel gross now.
Yeah. You know, that's how most people feel coming back here after that. Let me just
I hope
go
I
ahead
don't
and
get a taste for that.
take a look at you. Oh, God. Yeah, and you had to let the creatures go.
I didn't realize I let the creatures go. I just I wanted a cage for that guy.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the most evil thing I could have done.
Okay. All right, bud. Listen, it's gonna be a in this moment I'm cutting back inside the bar. Makana, what are you doing as you see these two demons approaching you?
I'm gonna push the bottle as far down into my bag as possible. I'm gonna grab the hand of the drunk elf, and I'm gonna try to disappear into the crowd.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Seven.
Okay, on a 7, I think because you're trying to take this elf with you too, right?
Yeah.
On the 7, like you pull his hand, and he just sort of like as he goes to get up, scatters all the chalices that he'd left behind him on the bar counter, and they just sort of go rattling everywhere across the floor. Where are we going? As you start to pull him across the floor, both these demons adjust their course. They're still making directly for you. Makana, this is kind of your last second to act. Like one of them is already starting to like reach out to put a hand on your shoulder. What do you do?
I'm gonna.
Well, Track runs up and grabs.
Yeah, I'm gonna
that
call for
fucking-
track. I'm gonna
Okay,
call for
cool.
track.
Track,
He
you run
grabs
it.
his hand before.
Yeah, you go to
he-
grab one of the bouncer's hands. Give me a contested athletics check. Hold on, I will tell you real quick what you have to beat. They get a plus. God, their team. I mean, they get a +8 to this roll. They're pretty big demons. It's so you got to get a 23 or higher.
Mm.
Come on. Why is it taking so long? 17. Yeah.
Okay, on a 17, you go in to grab their hand. They just sort of immediately take your hand and spin you around and like one of them just immediately like gets your arm behind you and sort of just with one smooth motion they've got you held now, track. The other one is going to go in, not doesn't jerk you around Makana, but just like very firmly puts a hand on your shoulder. Yeah, boss would like to see you.
Well,
Well, that didn't go how I thought it was gonna go.
yeah. You know, you guys should practice not looking so menacing because like you're really scary. That was really scary. I'm okay to talk, but I feel like I was gonna die.
All right,
We're gonna die.
we're getting a little a little speciesist here. I'm gonna let it slide, but
I think he can give us like a little grace.
Look, I'm here
a little
with
great.
him,
This
okay?
coming from the half orc. Hey man, watch it. It's the same thing. You're doing the same thing.
I'm gonna let that slide because I'm sure you know who I am and where I come from.
Let me make a little. God, what check would this even be? It's going to be a history check to see if they can odds. It's absurdly high to recognize you here in the Underfire where you have never been. Track. That's a 6 on the die. Yeah. They all say that. Listen, I don't want to have to keep pennying like this. Are you gonna come? The boss would like to say. Obviously, if you're with her, you come too.
Where she comes, I come.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we've established where you're coming. So let's take you along. And Virginia, you are sitting at the bar left with your hot cocoa as you see these two bouncers escorting Makana and Track towards the back of the club.
Is Rupert and Dirk, have they entered yet, or are they? I forget.
Give me
step
a
outside.
give me a perception check real quick.
Okay. Perception. Ooh, 21.
21. On a 21, Virginia, we're cutting back outside. There's a moment you see Dirk where Bouncer's not going to let you in. Like, you killed a demon that wanted to be killed, and then you released all the cute animals from the cage. It might have been a big moment for you. It wasn't really enough to tarnish your soul the necessary amount to get in here to the Underfire. But you see as they're sort of setting down their glass, you see just these veins of orange light up on that little stone. They put it up. What? Are you sure? Yeah, okay. Well, I've got them right here. Okay. Puts the stone back, looks at the two of you. Actually, if both of you want to come with me, it sounds like she wants to talk to you. So
She.
give me an
Oh.
insight. Give me an insight check, Rupert.
4.
She. I don't know. He doesn't clarify.
Rupert's playing very dumb.
The bouncer kind of like ushers you both past the little rope, clips it back, and then is going to step over and like open up the double doors for both of you, so you are able to come in this moment. Are you going with him?
I knew what I did was enough. Yeah. And then, he just walks in.
Okay. Both of you enter in. Virginia, you see them, like Dirk and Rupert, being brought into the club by the doorman at the front, and he sort of looks over, like nods his head at the bouncers and kind of falls in line behind them.
Virginia's gonna like scuttle over and try to climb on one of their shoulders, Rupert or Dirk's.
Oh, whoa. Jeet with you?
Hi.
Hello, it is me. I am the
Okay.
the triangle player. Yes. Oh, she can't lie though. I don't know. So
Yeah,
we're not in a band.
what is Virginia say? You just turn and say to the doorman that you're not in a band. Yeah, we know. All right, let's go.
Oh my
Anything
God.
else? Any other
I
surprises?
technically am, but like, you know.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let's go.
I'll play you a fucking song right now, dude.
You will.
Yep. Okay, great. Play me a song.
Yeah, he whips up his double-necked lute. What is he gonna sing?
Performance
I'm gonna
check.
roll-
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a performance check.
Plus
My
8.
performance check will determine what song I parody tonight. $24 on performance.
Can't keep getting away with it.
Plus 6 in performance.
It's wild.
Dirk starts strumming, and you hear like da 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 da, and he goes sucking on chili dogs outside the tasty freeze. Me and Rupert, blah blah blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Virginia starts tapping her claw.
I mean, all of it's not in line with like the screams of different patrons and the thumping club music that is in here, but I mean, the bouncers stop, look, take a moment. God, that was really good. That was man,
Thanks, man.
you really God, that bridge made me feel things.
Yeah, it's about like young
Yeah.
love and just like the
Yeah.
pureness and innocence of it. You probably don't hear a lot of it around your seeming as you're like damned to internal burning and stuff, but
Yeah, no.
yeah.
Yeah, it took me back. You know, I remember. God, I remember my first job down here in the Underfire, and I had this. There was this coworker, and it just like,
What was her name?
oh God, Nakarath.
Beautiful.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he had, God, the horns on this man. I'm telling you, and proceeds to relate this. They're still ushering you off to go meet the boss, but Dirk, by the time you get there, yeah, and I just, I think that I've hit a point where, I just don't know. I don't know if long-term relationships are for me.
Hey, if it's hard, bro, like, I think relationships are supposed to be like complimentary and like, if it's with the right person, it could seem really hard, but at the end of the day, it's like easy in a way. You get it, man? Like, so, but like, if you really love this person and like care about them, I think you should totally figure out a way to make it work. Long term's not forever.
Yeah, but it's like it's just about those moments, and if you're really in the moment, the now is forever. Like it's the now. You and Rupert sitting outside eating popsicles in the street.
What kind of
Yeah.
postmodern nonsense are you talking about?
Virginia's falling asleep.
A moment is a moment. It's not forever.
Hey, you know why it's called the present? Because it's a gift.
You know what? God, I like you. Well, God, I like you a lot. I hope the boss doesn't take all your skin. We're here. And you see just opens the door. Enormous chamber, long obsidian table. The light down here, you see that there are like fully like blindfolded, bound and gagged. There are what look to be like maybe 5 or 6, perhaps what once were patrons of the club, but they're just like suspended from the ceiling here and actively on fire. So they're like these actual living chandeliers in
Holy
this place.
shit! What the fuck?
At the far end of the table. Far end of the table. All of you go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh, Virginia got a nat 1.
23.
I also got a 23.
Okay. Virginia, you have fully like dozed off on Track's shoulder, so
Yeah.
you're like just asleep. Little bit of like saltwater spittle, kind of like
11
running
for me.
down all the way down your shell onto Track's shoulder.
Mm.
The rest of you, living chandeliers above, long obsidian table. At the far end of the table, you see a figure sitting. Hold on just a second. Yes, that's what I need. Different from a lot of the demons that you've seen, certainly the bouncers and things like that, a lithe, willowy figure, a light purple, almost lavender skin, very toned, but hands that have long fingers that end in these dark claws, similar, like the teeth are black and also pointed, these large full white lips, with like white hair that is longer and parted to this but shaved on this side, 2 sort of black horns, one broken off here and capped with gold, and the other one long and extends out and curves around, and these beautiful sort of piercing almond eyes with this like burning, almost like really like an inferno inside the iris of the eye. Is Rupert, you are staring down the table at Ameloth, one of the lords of the Underfire, whom you owe a considerable debt to. And also,
Who's this hot devil?
and also
Holy
recently
shit!
made a deal with the Order of Taphos that if you would get something for them, they could protect you for they could expunge you would not need to worry about Ameloth tracking you down. But as a show of this, did murder before your eyes Immelhoff, one of her little telegraph demons. Ameloth is going to stare down at the table at all of you, looks at each of you one by one, and then catches your eyes, Rupert, and sort of gives a small laugh. My, Rupert. Oh. It would appear my net has caught more than just an artifact today. Oh, come in, everyone. Have a seat at the table.
Rupert, you know this smoking hot babe?
I mean,
Is this your
I-
girlfriend?
No.
Excuse me, ma'am. I just have to say this, or I'm gonna blurt it out. You are drop dead beautiful. Oh my god, you are a mommy. I just want to say it. I want to get it out there. I just want to say it first and foremost.
Give me a persuasion
Whatever
check.
you.
does he have
Let's see it.
Oh. 24. Persuasion.
My,
The charisma skills are high for Dirk.
aren't you just a delightful little hobgoblin. Come, you sit over here. Sit at the head of the table.
Rupert's gonna
I'm
whisper to
gonna
Dirk.
So many songs about you. Oh my god.
Rupert's gonna whisper to Dirk. Watch your tongue, or you're gonna wind up owing her money too.
She can have whatever the fuck she wants, and Rupert's gonna go sit right next to her.
Rupert, you say that. Emeloth makes direct eye contact with you. We should all watch our mouths at all times, Rupert. Rupert, you feel underneath your tongue something moves. Out of the corner of your mouth, just a small little spider crawls out of your mouth and up the side of your face.
Gross.
Rupert's gonna try and remain unfazed. What check can I do?
I mean, you tell me if you think that this is something that would Rupert out. Go ahead and give me just a wisdom saving throw. We'll call it. It's not like a spell or anything. We'll just call it a DC 12.
$14.
Yeah, stone cold.
You're losing your touch. You're trying to frighten me.
Yes, I must look into that.
Dirk is just sitting at the table like this, just looking at her. And his
All of-
ears are like wiggling a little bit.
You see, without even looking at you, Rupert, Ameloth just sort of like reaches a long hand out and just sort of gives the back of your head a little like scratch. Makes eye contact with you, Makana. So, you're the Eladrin with the artifact. I'm assuming you don't know what it is you have.
No, it belongs to me. It has my family's name on it, so that kind of feels like it's mine, and I don't know why everyone keeps trying to take it from me.
Snap.
I'll tell you right here and now. I'm not trying to take it from you.
I feel like trusting a devil, probably not the smartest thing to do, but I'm interested in what you have to say.
Smart. I can't fault you for that. What I really want to know, though, is which one of you is carrying the egg.
Oh, that'd be me. I got the egg.
Darling. Lovely. If you don't mind, I promise I won't touch without asking. If you could just set it out here on the table.
Rupert's gonna try and persuade
I feel like we're
Dirk
all
not
looking,
to.
I-
Dirk needs to be seriously persuaded not to do whatever this woman says.
I feel like all of us are like staring at Dirk and just being like, dude.
I will open it. Okay, I want because Dirk is like enamored with this demon.
Yeah, my roll against yours.
The most beautiful creature. So I'm gonna roll. What should I roll? And that should
Charisma.
Well, I'll
charisma saving
why
throw?
don't do you
Insight?
want me to roll a DC for her persuasion check towards you to make that the DC? Like,
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds good. Yeah, someone has to
Okay.
beat that.
All right.
Because Dirk is like picturing, they're like living on a lake, like, you know, he's strumming, they're old, they have like half demon, half hobgoblin kids running. He's like written a whole symphony for her in his head.
yeah, go ahead and roll your persuasion check before you give your little speech to Dirk.
Ooh, nat 20.
Okay. There's. Oh God. This is a spectacular success because I rolled a nat 1 on Amalot's persuasion. I'm just deciding how spectacularly I want to flavor this.
He's a name of
Yeah,
Rupert.
yeah, Rupert,
what are you
Rupert, give the
saying?
speech.
What
do you say? What do you say to Dirk?
To break Dirk out of it.
In all the time I've known this she-devil, she knows nothing of boundaries. Everything in the world belongs to her. You cannot give her this egg. We need to complete this mission. That's the only way I'll ever be free from my debt to her.
It works. Yeah, Dirk snaps out of it.
And also, the sex isn't even that good. You're not missing out.
He's gonna lean over real quick. He's like, I've
Rupert?
never had sex before, so I don't have any merit to go off of, man. Like, I've never done it before, so it all seems pretty great to me. But I'm listening to you, bud.
You look over Dirk in that moment as you like say what you say. You look over, you for the like kind of wearing this almost this like black leather, like this sleek black leather bodysuit that is pretty sheer over Amalot's figure. Just for a moment, you glimpse like there's these little cutouts in the side. You glimpse what just looks to be a massive like mouth in the center of her torso as you just like catch sight of like a few teeth and like an opening mouth as it like goes to take a breath and then like shuts underneath the bodysuit.
Dirk's kind of into that for whatever reason, but he's like, oh, Miss Mommy Devil Lady, like, why do you? I mean, is the egg really? The egg's important to me, you know, like I need my parents back. I'm on this kind of like quest of revenge against my former song partner.
He's not giving it to you. He's not giving it to you.
Okay.
Is what he's trying to tell you.
You're all saying this as this is all happening. I need all of you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. 4.
Is this like a charmed thing?
It is. If you have you would have advantage on the save.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Virginia got a 10.
Okay.
Nat
I think-
20 for 25.
16.
Makana, you're sitting at the end of the table. You see, like, you've seen this whole discourse.
11.
Rupert, yeah, no, it's okay. Rupert obviously agreeing to, or Dirk agreeing not to, like, give the egg. You see there is a moment where something shifts in Amalot's torso. She straightens herself up a little bit, gives a deep sigh, and snaps her fingers. You see everyone just kind of goes blank, except for you.
Mm-hmm.
You are now sitting at the far end of this long table, opposite from Ameloth, a lord of the Underfire. She looks straight down the table at you. What would you give to know what that bottle is you carry?
Probably give you some gold. I feel like I've already made a contract up there that's supposed to promise me with already
That's-
a desire.
That's weird. I thought I heard Makana talking.
So what can you do better?
What would you give to know your family lineage?
If you have a few years off my life.
Everyone's frozen except Makana, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All of you are just like sort of in this dreamy, you're sort of just all sitting there. All of a sudden, everyone, like the four of you, you're dressed absolutely to the nines. You're sitting there sipping tea. Like it is it is just, and all just pleased as punch, really, to be here. Makana, you say that thing about the years of your life. Darling, I wouldn't want that from you. You're far too pretty to leave this world early. All I need from you is to reach into this hobgoblin's pocket and give me that egg.
Why do you need the egg so bad?
Why do you want the egg so bad?
We were promised everything that we desire if we complete the mission with this egg. What can you do better than the Lord of Eggs?
There's a reason the Lord of Eggs doesn't spend his time here in the Underfire anymore. The Lord of Eggs' power pales in comparison to my own, and whatever promises they gave you, well, I'm sure their power is almost used up at this point. I'm simply going to, well, hatch the egg. Here, where it belongs, in the Underfire. Makana, Ameloth looks at you. You see the light flare up in her eyes, and you start to see a vision. You see your father, just a young Eladrin, younger than you ever. I mean, I think we said that like there was a short period, like you knew your father for a short period of time, right? Didn't younger certainly than when you knew him as a child, of just starting out working for the sovereign, the current sovereign of Niset, and you see them working hand in hand. Like you're getting a lot of information all at once, but you're sort of just seeing their like day to day. And let me hold on. I need to look up that name one more time because I can't. You see them working hand in hand with Farron Yave, who is the current sovereign of Niset, in tandem, both as advisors to the sovereign at the time when you see there is a moment like late at night, your father is like poring over scrolls, your mother is there like bringing him, like she brings him something hot to drink and like gives him a kiss on the head, mother much younger too, and sort of walks off, and he's sitting there looking over in the corner. Over in the corner there's a little bassinet. It's a little baby Makana in it, and your father starts to like look at this one scroll, and you see his eyes begin to go wide, and he looks up at your mother, calls her over, and they begin looking at things and like talking very intently, and he keeps then looking over at your bassinet. You can see like there's anxiety building in, and his breathing is starting to, he rolls up the scroll, puts it in his pack, looks at your mother, closes his eyes, puts his forehead on hers, and they both are just paused there for a second. And then he scurries over, looks down at you, Makana, holds you up, gives you a kiss, sets you back down, throws another cloak over himself and heads out the door. In this moment, give me an insight check as you're like getting all these images.
Nat 1. Oh wait, no, sorry, never mind. Not a nat 1. I got a 10.
Much better than a nat 1. I mean, clearly your father discovered something here, something that potentially, like, puts perhaps not just him, but your entire family in danger. I think that you're seeing something now that, like, it's just a more direct version of things that your mother alluded to. You see your father leaves. Your mother goes over to the shelf. She starts mixing some things together. Like, your mother, like, in her day was an exceptionally talented alchemist. It's where you get a lot of your talent from. You see she's just hurriedly, like, not even stopping to, like, measure things. It is like she is so careful and precise. She doesn't need a different vessel to measure things in. She just knows by the look and the weight of what she's doing that it is the exact right amount as she is filling up this bottle. And the last thing that she does is she leans in close. And again, you can't hear it, like there's these silent visions, but you see her lips form more. Give me a perception check real quick.
13.
You can't make it out, but you see her whisper something looks like a single word into, and lets the word almost like it had a physical form fall into the bottle. Puts a cork on it. Looks out the window for a second. Takes a breath and tucks the bottle underneath a shelf. Mikana, it's the same bottle you're holding now. The vision stops. Ameloth is still looking at you from down the table. I don't suppose you want more.
You're very powerful. And you're very beautiful, as my weird friend has told you.
Well,
Unfortunately, I'm not the holder of the egg in this situation. Your offer's very tempting, but I can't sell my party out. And that's a decision that I have to make with them.
fair. Then I'll get them to. And you see she raises a hand, makes eye contact with Rupert, and begins to reach out. Rupert, I think, like, you're still in this moment of, like, having the tea party. And in the tea party, it seems like the most natural thing in the world is your hand goes for one of your daggers at your side. You look at Dirk and begin to, like, draw it as you start to lean across the table. In this moment, Dirk, or not, sorry, not Dirk, Rupert, sitting here at the table, you hear a voice boom out, sounds distant, almost like it is coming from inside, like a deep, deep cavern somewhere far away, as a voice echoes out of your bag.
Keep the deal. We can protect you.
Rupert, you get the image, like, you get the image of the tower in your mind, as well as, like, you get a flash to, you've been down to the Underfire before, but usually just to, like, meet with Ameloth. You have not done a lot of exploring down here. The same way that there are multiple, like there's one entrance to the Underfire, and that's in the sewers. Or at least that's what everyone knows about. Because what you get in your mind is a picture, a way, a path. There are doors in the Underfire that lead to other places. There's a door here that could lead to the Golden Veil, the Seer's Tower. You could like take a detour to get there in your path of delivering this egg and also fulfill your bargain with the Order of Taphos. And in this moment of clarity, you feel like it is almost like rising up around you, this arcane shield that rises up around you. And you realize like you're in an enchantment. You feel the knife in your hand. You know like the intent that is being seated in you, which is to kill Dirk and just take the egg. Do you swear again to the Order of Taphos?
Yeah, do I have to roll for it? No, okay.
Shattered.
Okay.
In this moment, all of you come out of your stupor as like this arcane blow, like it blows back, and you see hits, and almost like she is frozen in time. Ameloth, like with this look of just absolute rage as it begins to hit her, and then she realizes she's powerless, is frozen. All of you now hear issuing out of Rupert's bag. You can all hear the voice.
You have little time. Go!
What does everyone do?
Dirk immediately stands up and he's like, all right, I'll dream about you, beautiful demon mommy, bye. And he's going to just start booking it.
Can we book it towards one of the doors?
Yeah, you start running one door in here, like that. It's go out the way you came in, like back through the club. As you like book out the doors, like one of those bouncers is still outside. Dirk, you run past him. Oh, hey man, see you later.
Hey man, I didn't get skinned. You should follow your heart and tell that person you love them. Bye.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna call Cindy. As you are all booking out the doors, like the bouncer just sort of like immediately like pulls out a stone. Hey. Yeah, no, I know it's been a long time. Their voice is drowned out by behind you in the chamber. There's just a scream of rage. As Ameloth comes out of whatever that spell was that was holding her. You are all booking it like through the... Rupert, you have the image of your mind. There's like there's like, as you're headed down this hallway, there are a lot of separate doors in this hallway. Like there's a space, you know which one. Door to the right here. You take it, like, I think everyone... Like, if you sort of, like, see Rupert is keyed in on this, do all of you sort of, like, take that cue and start to follow Rupert, who is also the only one who's, like, ever been down here?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow
Cool.
that.
Yeah.
Give us out if you're due.
You are following corridor after, like, you all, as soon as you're past it, you know the right door. You're through that door. Another corridor. You're through that one. Now you're out. You're out of the club. You're in the Underfire. Massive, just like this massive cavern that extends around you. It is still a ways to the door. It's going to be a run. Now Ameloth is after you. She's not the only lord down here in the Underfire. It's not like she has come in her domain, like in her house, the club. Yeah, she's going to be less powerful out here, even though it's still all Shariv. But you have a chance, and you know where you need to go. And that is where we're going to end the session, is with all of you fleeing here through the Underfire. Thanks, everyone, for tuning and watching. We'll be back next Tuesday with another session of City of Fortune. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
you